Hi, welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. If this is the first time you've discovered it, yay! I'm so glad that you're here. And if you're a returning subscriber, yay! Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Anytime you subscribe, of course, but like and comment on the videos always spreads magical YouTube fairy dust on my channel, which allows other people to find it. So thank you. So today I'm reviewing a movie that I watched a couple of months ago, but then life got crazy. I went out of the country and I am still trying to catch up. And I thought, well, I could just skip this movie, but I wanted to tell you about it because I thought it was pretty special. The movie I'm reviewing today is called The Magician's Elephant. This beautiful animated movie for families is now on Netflix. It's rated PG and is an hour and 39 minutes. And the movie review mom grade I'm giving it is an A or maybe an A minus. But I really enjoyed it. And again, it stuck with me enough that I wanted to share it with you. So I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and just a few things I didn't like or thought could have been done better. And then I will point out some tips for parents because it is a family-friendly movie. Interesting lines, funny lines, themes worth talking about, and recommendations for other movies that are sort of similar that I think that you'll also like. All right, you ready to dive in? Let's get started. The story follows Peter, who is searching for his long lost sister. When he crosses paths with a fortune teller in the market square, he wants to know if his sister is still alive. To get the answer, he must find a mysterious elephant and the magician who will conjure it, setting Peter off on a journey to complete three seemingly impossible tasks that will change the face of his town. The movie was directed by Wendy Rogers, and it was based on the novel by Kate D. Camillo, with the screenplay written by Martin Hines. So let me give you some tips for parents starting off, just because it is for families. And by the way, I have all of this on my written movie review at moviereviewmom.com. And in fact, this review has been on my site for a long time since I watched it and it came out. So I always post my written reviews first, and then I try to get around to doing the movie reviews on YouTube. Sometimes I get pre-screeners way in advance and I'm able to share with you the movie before it even comes out. That's always my goal. But anyway, okay, back to the tips for parents. There are people and an elephant in perilous situations. There's talk of shooting an elephant. There is some destruction. We watch a sword fight, which is actually pretty amusing, but you know, it's swords. An old lady's legs get hurt. There's a fortune teller that your kids might be interested in learning more about what that is. So you might have to explain what fortune telling is. And then a boy jumps off a very high building. So some of the themes worth talking about are destiny, imagination, friendship, hope, family. Anything is possible. The importance of having support from others, belief, courage, caring for animals, post-war life, and persistence. All right, so here's the list of things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, the wonderful voice talents include Mandy Patinkin. I mean, who doesn't love him? Brian Tyree Henry, Benedict Wong, Miranda Richardson, Noah Jupe, Sean Clifford, and Natasha Demetriou. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. And they all do a fantastic job. The animation itself is absolutely gorgeous to look at. While the artist struggled with hair and certain elephant movements, there was still so much detail, color, and creativity in the visual presentation that I really enjoyed watching this animation. We get to spend time in what looks like a beautiful, magical European village. I love that. The detailed tile work on the buildings reminded me of charming towns I've seen in Portugal, like Porto, Portugal specifically. This is young Noah Jupe's first animated film. He worked with Mandy Patinkin previously in the 2017 movie called Wonder. Did you ever see that? That's a really special movie as well. Even though the ending is predictable, it still gave me all the feels and brought tears to my eyes. It's very sweet. I love the positive theme in the movie that will teach children to believe that anything is possible. The featured boy in the story uses his critical thinking skills to solve problems, which will hopefully inspire other kids to do the same. The story also features an element of thinking of others and doing what's right for them, not just for yourself. We definitely need more movies with that message nowadays. It seems like so many movies focus on characters who are selfish and only care about living their truth, whether it hurts anybody else or not. We live in a world with other people and creatures, so we need to carefully consider how our choices and behavior do affect those around us. For that alone, I was impressed with this movie because that's such an unusual theme that we see. All right, so let me share just a few of the things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. First of all, not all of the accents work. Some sound very forced. The narrator's accent, for example, seems to change a little bit throughout the movie. The idea that anything is possible puts a boy at risk and causes him to do some dangerous things. So parents definitely need to explain the balance between risk and safety and courage so that their kids don't just jump off buildings because they believe they can fly. I'm just saying from a mom's perspective. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines if there are any, just so that you can hear them and get a taste of the film's dialogue and script writing. And so there's a funny line by just a village man, a random man, which it just made me laugh out loud. And so everybody's talking and he says something and he goes, "That sounded good until I said it out loud." I thought that was cute. But then there were a lot of interesting lines that are worth noting. One is spoken by Brian Tyree's character when he says, "What if?" And it's just those two words that sends this little village into a new dimension, not like the metaverse or anything like that, but just an elevated mindset of, yeah, what if we could do X, Y, or Z? And I like that. And then another time he says, "But how? How will the world ever change if we do not question it?" And that speaks to the main theme of the movie, which is, all of these villagers are living a life that they've seen before and done before from the past, and they just assume that's how it's always going to be. And so now we have somebody who's questioning the status quo. And another character, Peter, played by Noah Jupe, says, "I think anything's possible." And it's that idea of dreaming and imagination and hoping for something better. Then again, the magician also repeats the same message, which is extraordinary things are possible if you believe. So again, I'm saying this to make you imagine the possible and dream, which is very empowering. But again, if you're watching this with kids, let them know not everything is possible right now. For example, we might be able to fly to the moon in 5 minutes, but right now we don't have the technology for it. Anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? And then finally, the king says, quote, "Things are only impossible till they're not." And I really like that there's hope in changing the world and making it better, not just changing the world for change's sake, but for making it better. All right, so let me give you some recommendations for some other wonderful movies that I think you're also going to enjoy. The first one is called The Sea Beast, also out on Netflix. It's gorgeous to look at, so colorful with rich characters, character growth. I did a movie review of that one, so definitely check that one out. I felt like both of these two were very special. Another one is called The Amazing Maurice, and it's sweet, colorful, and has some cute ideas in it. And then finally, another one is called The Elephant Queen, and it's a special on Apple TV Plus, and it just made me cry. It's about an elephant, And this movie is about a boy in his search for an elephant. So that's why I thought I'd mention it. It's a documentary, kind of a nature documentary, not kind of, it is a nature documentary, The Elephant Queen I'm talking about. Anyway, check that out if you watch this with your kids and they're interested in the elephant, and you'll say, hey, let's check out this elephant, learn more about elephants. It's very educational, but like I said, it'll really touch your heart. All right. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I hope if you watch this that you do enjoy it as much as I did. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.